In the end, India lost only by 27 runs in the third and final ODI at Lord's in London on Sunday and conceded the ODI series 1-2 to England. Having undertaken this UK trip where they had Ireland for 2 T20Is and 5 T20Is before the ODIs in England, India drew a blank, losing 0-2 in Ireland, which was very embarrassing, losing 0-4 to England in the T20Is, which could have been 0-5 but for the first T20I being abandoned because of rain after the first innings was played out. And India began with a promise in the ODIs, at least salvaging something out of this trip, but having won the first ODI, they lost the next two to concede the series 1-2 to England. Rohit Sharma, so much was being spoken about him playing his last ODI in Lord's on Sunday, which was negated by the BCCI officials, and the rumors in the media certainly did not help anyone. Rohit Sharma proved everyone wrong by scoring not only his first ODI 100 at Lord's, but India's first ever ODI century at this historic venue. It may seem strange, but that is the fact. 51 years since India played ODI in this particular historic venue, the Lord's Cricket Ground, right from 1975 World Cup when it was a 60-over affair. India have not played that many to have Indians scoring centuries regularly at this venue in the ODIs. Yes, they have had centuries in Test cricket, but that's a different format and different type of 4-5 day affairs which have been played since 1932. But if you look at it, India have hardly played at this venue over 51 years. Yesterday was the 10th ODI that India have played at this venue, and Rohit Sharma became the first Indian to score 100. India have had memorable victories at this, the foremost being the 1983 World Cup triumph, defeating West Indies in their second appearance at this venue in an ODI way back in 1983. And of course, who could not remember the 2002 NatWest final against England, chasing 325 by Sourav Ganguly's men, Yuvraj Singh and Mohammad Kaif being at the forefront of their run chase. Indian bowling was something very disappointing, and it was very clear that without Jasprit Bumrah, who was out due to an injury that he sustained in the second ODI, India's bowling was so weakened by his absence. Prince Yadav, Gurnur Brar, all would have learnt from this trip, but then they did not justify their selection into the playing 11, especially in conditions overseas. 97 runs in 10 overs by Gurnur Brar. The lone spinner in the playing 11, Akshar Patel, going for 6.1 runs per over, being the most economical. Prasiddha Krishna, 6.9 runs an over, 2 for 69, being the most successful. But then Indian bowling just did not live up to the fight. Bowled loose deliveries, allowed English batsmen to score 387 thanks to fighting century by Ben Duckett, his 192-run partnership with Jacob Bethel, and Josh Butler playing a cameo in the death overs, scoring 41 in just 13 deliveries, giving him those loose deliveries in which he smashed 3 sixes and 4 fours. 388 target was always going to be tough, but then the way India started showed promise. Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill sharing 147 runs for the first wicket, but it could have come at a slightly faster pace. Short balls, Rohit Sharma feasted on them with his trademark pull shots. 138. Virat Kohli scoring his first ODI 50 at this venue, but then the rest of the Indian batters just could not take the fight to the opposition. Losing by 27 runs, having been restricted to 360 for 7, England were clear winners. Whether we have seen the last of Rohit Sharma in ODIs, well, he has certainly proved that he has got something left in him in this format. But looking at 2027 World Cup, which is in October and November in South Africa, still a long way. Rohit Sharma has certainly silenced his critics or detractors, and with a message that he is not going out of these ODIs as has been reported in certain section of the media. Virat Kohli has been consistent even though he is aging. Shubman Gill at the top of the order, but you need those middle order to carry on from where the top order has left, giving the starts like we saw yesterday. You needed the likes of Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul and the all-rounders to finish it off, but then 388 was just too tall an ask for any team, unless it was the case of South Africa at New Wanderers in Johannesburg way back 21 years ago when they chased 434, a record chase that time. So much to ponder over. Whether Yashasvi Jaiswal will get a look in, at whose expense? It's for the selection committee, Ajit Agarkar and company, to ponder over, think and look, decide with the future of Indian cricket and the 2027 World Cup in mind. India certainly could have done better. Nobody thought India would be blanked in the T20Is, 2-0 to Ireland, 4-0 to England. But then they just salvaged something. Rather than coming back empty-handed, they just had one ODI win on this trip. Next up, India versus Zimbabwe for 3 T20Is starting later this week. Hopefully, India will put up a better show than they did in Ireland and England, and considering Zimbabwe and their fighting nature, it is not going to be easy. Hopefully, India put up a better show there. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.